Beautiful spot.
Yeah.
Glad we made it.
Yeah, we had a heck of a time getting out of town. Hard to believe, but maybe not so much with us. If you want to see what delayed us from getting out of town, stick around to the end of the video.
We'll show you. You might like it. Maybe not. What we've decided to do for this video is show you something that our neighbors gave us. It's a Honda Goldwing. She called up and said, or she got a hold of me and says, I have this Honda Goldwing that I'll just give to you. It's been sitting for a while.
Yay!
So we go over there. It turns out it's a 1978 Goldwing. It's been wrecked pretty good a couple of times and sitting for years, covered in dirt. The seat was rotted. The carburetors are all plugged up. But this video is about trying to get it started, okay? So we did that. And then there's a couple of things I wanted to update you guys on concerning reviews that I've done in the past on equipment. And I think it's a good idea when I do a review on something to tell you how it's going. So we're going to cover that first, and then we'll show you what happens with the Honda Goldwing.
Because in the things that we review, or Rick reviews, we actually use.
Yeah, I don't accept anything that's not usable to us and you. Anyways, here we go. So last week I put out a video on this little DC to DC charger made by Bluetti, and a lot of folks just don't get it. Just don't understand. They think it's something new and revolutionary, but it's actually not. Let me explain it. To be exact, they said, it's gonna kill your battery. It's gonna ruin your alternator. But none of that is true. And let me show you why. It's really neat, and it's another form of charging your battery while you're on the road in case your solar is rainy days or whatever, or just when you're driving down the highway. Maybe you don't even need solar in your particular situation. But just quickly, let me tell you why it's not going to destroy anything, and it's going to really help you on the road. First of all, it's not going to destroy your battery because it runs off your alternator. It doesn't run off your battery. When you turn off your ignition, it turns off the DC to DC charger, and that's it. And it's not going to destroy your alternator because your alternator is made to run things like this. Think about it. When you're in a motorhome driving along, it's your alternator that's charging up your big bank of motorhome batteries. When you're hooked up to your camp trailer or your travel trailer or your fifth wheeler, it's the alternator in your car that's charging all the batteries that you have in your outfit, no matter how many you got back there, and it's done through a DC to DC charger, which is what this is. It's installed here, so I'm not going to be able to get you a good look at it, and I covered it all in the review. It was super easy to hook up. Once you run the wire from the engine compartment back to here, it literally hooks up in about 5 minutes. That's what's so special about it, the fact that it comes with everything you need to hook it up. You don't have to solder any wires, crimp on any connectors. You don't have to special order any wire because you can get that with the unit. Super easy. And what's special about it is it's designed to recharge power stations. So it's just a plug and play, and you can adjust the voltage for any power station that you may own. So just to be perfectly clear, DC to DC chargers have been on the market for many years, and that's what this one is. It's just a special one made for power stations. It's not going to harm your alternator or your battery. It is going to treat your power station very kindly. So anyways, I'll put another link to it below this video in case you're interested. Now there is another piece of equipment that I reviewed, quite some time ago, and it's that City-Mon's tow hitch. Linda and I now have over 5,000 miles on it, and in this little video here I cover why it's working and why you might be interested in one yourself. This one is a combination hitch made by City-Mon's. It's anti-rattle and it's automatically locking. But how did this hold up to all the dirt and dust and rain and everything? Well, let me take it out of here, I'll show you. Let me clean it up a little bit. Okay, there, that's better. All right, so it looks pretty darn good. It's got over 5,000 miles on it. We've taken it through many states, down into the desert, and now we're up here in Montana while I'm filming this particular episode here. And you can see that what it has here is, this is a lock, and when you take the key out, this just turns freely, so you can't undo this. Here are the pins that come out, and these are solid pins. And right here is the anti-rattle clip. This is hardened steel. You can use it either this way in the drop configuration, or I've had it mounted this way too with the ball here. It's designed to go either way, and according to the manufacturer, it doesn't matter. After you put it on and you tighten it down so there's no play in it, after the first 100 miles or so, there may be a little play, and you just tighten it down a little more. And they say that after that, after you tighten it, you won't have play, because this wears a little divot into your receiver and that it fits into, and after that it just stays tight. It's got this adjustable bracket on the top, so that after you fit it the first time and you set this, after that you just slide it in and these pins automatically line up. There is no bending over and looking to make sure that the pins are lined up. So that's a nice little feature too. You don't have to deal with finding the hole and putting a hitch pin through. You don't have to deal with a locking hitch pin, which I've had fail. You don't have to get out wrenches and put on an anti-rattle clip. This is just quick and easy. Anyway, my update on this particular product, I like it, and it's held up very well. It's made extremely well. It's really robust. It's all sealed up. Haven't any problems with dust or rain or ice or anything like that. It's doing fine. It's made by City Mons. I'll put a link to it in the video description down below. Okay, this video is a bit different. Well, Linda and I bought a dirt bike. Well, it's a dual sport, a Yamaha TW200, and at the time I didn't realize that motorcycles have a habit of multiplying. You look like you're ready for some serious work.
Yes, this is my motorcycle mechanic's outfit.
My daughter's friend and neighbor offered us this 1978 GL1000 Goldwing. So we're going to try to get it running here and drive it home. It's been sitting for quite a long time, so the controls are frozen on it, and the front brake calipers are frozen. Of course, it's got old gas in it and everything, but I did get the throttle freed up this morning. It's popping back, but we're just going to have to see how it goes. I got to disconnect the fuel line in here because I want to drain the tank, put in some fresh gas to start. Going to pull the spark plugs and squirt a little WD-40 down on the holes, kind of turn the engine over a little bit. Well, the gas does smell waxy, so be a good thing to get it out. There's a little bit of rust in the bottom of the fuel tank. You might be able to see a little orangey color. It's not too bad. Here, I just pull this line off this fuel pump and see if I can get the fuel drained out easier this way. It's easier to get to, that's for sure. Well, we'll pull the plugs out, all four of them, and then I'm going to little crap in the plugs themselves are kind of wet, oily looking. Got this battery, not too sure how good it is. It did act like it was taking a charge, but it's an old battery, and the cells were pretty dry on it, so we'll see if it's got enough oomph. And then I brought along a jump starter to see if that helps. Boy, I wish I'd have brought some sandpaper. But I can scrape this one off too.
Coming out.
Okay, so we drained all the gas?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, and we'll pour in some fresh stuff. I'm just scraping any corrosion off this battery cable connector end here, just to give us a better shot at getting some spark here. Well, it turns over. All right, let's put plugs in it. I'm smelling battery here really strong, so other than it cranking over, I'm not getting any lights on the dash, so I'm gonna have to check and see if it's getting spark. Nope. No sign of spark. So I have to figure that out.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, maybe that one will help. I got some fuses back here, and I got some in the car too. It's a 5, right?
5 amp.
These are really hard to read. I already replaced one burnout one in there. I'll go get one out of the car. These are all too big.
There's a glass.
And it says that's how we're supposed to check the oil?
Yeah, you start it up and then turn it off, and then you see the oil settle.
Okay, let me see if I got a light here, and then we'll put some fuel in it. I got a light now, Brian.
Ah, there you go.
Okay, so let me pour some fuel in it and mix it up a bit.
Oh, yeah, I put the hose back, but I didn't.
I tightened it. Yeah, thank you, Linda. You got it. Okay. I don't see what you're talking about.
Here, I'll point it out.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Well, that's really tough to get at, isn't it?
Yeah. On. Okay. Let's see if it starts.
Okay, we sprayed some WD-40 in the cylinders, blew the cylinders out, we put the plugs back in, we drained out all the bad gas, put in some fresh gas. Gonna give it a shot of ether here and just see what happens. Well, that surprised me. Oops. Well, I had to go get a new battery for it, so hopefully this one works. How about some choke? We better check the coolant level. And it's leaking gas too.
From where?
One of the carburetors, I think. Maybe a fuel line, but I don't know. Yeah, and then the throttle is sticking on it. Let's check the coolant level before we do anything else. Well, I got it home. It's not running very well right now, but tomorrow I'll pull the manifold off with the 4 carburetors and rebuild the carbs, and that'll be a good place to start. Because, you know, when it's had a load of bad gas in it, but I did get it home. It was, you know, it ran all right to get it home, just kind of rough. It's in a lot nicer shape than I thought it was when I first saw it. Well, this isn't what kept us from getting out of town. I mean, we were all loaded up and ready to go and hitched up and everything ready to leave the next morning. But I had been looking online for the last, few little whiles at Harley-Davidson Road Kings, and I had a certain one in mind that I wanted, and doggone it if I didn't see it that very night. So the next day, Linda and I unhitched a trailer, drove down to Billings, Montana, and I came home with this Harley. And yeah, that took of course I had to spend a few days getting used to it and riding it and having fun and taking Linda for rides. That's what kept us from getting out of town.